Hi, welcome to Everyone Can Jam, where everyone can learn to play music. And today I'll say everyone can learn fingerstyle guitar. I realize there's some, obviously exceptions if there's a disability or something, but basically if you have 5 fingers that work well in each hand and you can do the clasp on your necklace or shuffle cards or, you can develop the skill that you need to do fingerstyle guitar. And if you've ever tried and it seems impossible or confusing, or if you think you don't have the coordination, usually in music, when we feel discouraged or when something seems impossible, it's because our instruction level is too high, and maybe we're here but our instruction is up here, and there's some basic skills that we need to gain. Or you may have the basic skills but the instruction is just too much all at once. I've seen that kind of instruction. One I saw recently was from an excellent guitarist that I admire. He's one of the best guitarists in the world, but it was like 4 steps to fingerstyle guitar. And he taught in one lesson what I would expect most beginning students to accomplish over a half a year to maybe a year, depending on how much you practice. And it really helps a lot to break it down instead of presenting everything all at once, to break it down into incremental steps. So here's a couple incremental steps. Make sure that you watch my lesson about developing good guitar technique. In that series, we branch into fingerstyle and flat picking, and so make sure you have the basic skill of there's a very good introductory lesson there about fingerstyle guitar, in which we just use 3 fingers, thumb, finger, finger, and we just get started on the first 3 strings. That is a really good place to start if you've not done finger picking at all, because it helps you develop a good technique where your thumb is out here and your thumb is closing to here and your fingers are going up. This is a natural motion that we're going to use with fingerstyle guitar. What we're trying to avoid is this opposable thumb thing, which your thumb gets in the way of your fingers and it's not as natural and can lead to more injuries and more complications. So make sure you have that lesson if you're new, and if you have trouble finding it, let me know, make a comment or something. So today I'm going to assume that you've had the basic lessons that I call developing good guitar technique, and you've spent some time with the 3 fingers on the first 3 strings, and today we're going to build on that. So and what we're going for is things like this, usually when people talk about fingerstyle, we're talking about things like that, or this is more of a next step for us. But I want to make sure you know that we're all leading up to being able to do anything you like to do with the fingerstyle techniques. So we're going to start with this, and remember how our thumb works out here with this kind of motion. And these fingers, when they pluck, are going underneath the hand. So we have this kind of motion going on. Okay? And we talked before about how we want to feel some motion in this big knuckle here. What we're avoiding is spidery looking things and things that mostly use these small joints. There is quite a bit of motion here, but we want to get as much as we can from these big knuckles. And now we're going to move on to letting our thumb take charge of the 6th string, and then we have these 3 fingers. Index finger is going to be assigned to the 3rd string, And tall finger is going to be on the second string, and ring finger is going to be on the first string. And I recommend not planting a finger. That is the first thing my classical guitar teacher taught me. I played for many years with my finger firmly planted here, and psychologically it makes sense that you need that in order for your fingers to know where they are, but that's the first thing my classical guitar teacher said in my first lesson, and he said, just stop it, just stop doing it. And I'd already played for 15 years and developed things like what I just played for you, and all I did was just stop and started playing like this, and it was awkward at first, but it was amazing how fast I got used to that. And if you've just played your sixth string, with some practice, your hand learns to pretty much hold still. Your fingers will learn where the strings are. It's amazing what your brain can do. So the first pattern we're going to look at is, remember, thumb is on the sixth string, index third string, tall finger second string, ring finger first string. Those are your assignments. We're not going to hold them there. Those are just their assignments. My fingers are floating in the air now. So thumb plays the sixth string, and then my index finger is going to play the third string. Tall finger is going to play second string. Ring finger first string. Just get used to that. If you want to lay them there at first, you can, just to get started. But then when we get going, they're going to float like this. And when you get used to playing from low string to high string, then play low, third string, second string, first string, and then come back down, second string, third string. So it's sixth string, third string, second string, first string, second string, third string. And I'm not using left hand at all. This is actually an E minor chord, and it sounds nice. You can make your E minor shape if you want, but we're not even playing the fourth and fifth string right now. So you can just do it without even using your left hand. So this is our first exercise. And you have to play it many, many, many times. Go as slow. Oh, here's another trick. When it seems like coordination is an issue, or like your brain, it's easier for your brain to know what you want your fingers to do than it is for your brain to tell your fingers what to do. That takes actual physically developing the pathways in your brain and in your nerves. So, but every time you do it, that pathway is physically changing. What's that thing called? A myelin sheath, and the signal goes faster. So when it seems challenging, or like your fingers seem to be tripping or not doing what you want them to do, slow down. Slowing down is magic. And once you can do it slow, it's not that hard to speed up. So just make sure and go as slow as you need to. And then when you're able to do it slowly, then you can speed up. So the main thing we're doing, we're learning, thumb is learning the sixth string, and each finger is learning its assignment here on the third, second string, and first string. And then when it gets easier and you're able to speed up a little bit, if you play a G chord and an E minor chord, that sounds really pretty. This is a regular G. I'll do it the kind of the standard way. You might be more familiar with G looking like that. A song that works really nice if you want to play and sing, but don't be in a big hurry to sing. That can trip you up. You might need to just focus on the playing for a while, but if you're comfortable singing and playing this, Hallelujah is a really nice song that fits this kind of picking pattern. A lot of Christmas songs sound really pretty. Hallelujah has a slightly different feel like this. I heard there was a secret chord, kind of like that. Silent Night is the same order of picking the strings, but a slightly different feel. Silent Night, kind of like that. Oh Holy Night. Let's see. Oh Holy Night. So lullabies. Let's see. Can't think of an example that fits, but slow, pretty songs work good with that. And this is leading up to. So I'm going to give you a few ideas, like so you can work at different levels. So that would be a good next step. After that. And again, like I'm giving you enough to keep you busy for a while. You're not supposed to learn all this in 1 week unless if it's easy and you're ready, yeah. But if you're not ready, focus on one thing at a time. So after this is easy, you're going to want to make your E minor shape here. And the thumb is going to play the 6th string. And then the next time it's going to hit the 4th string. So and that's preparing your thumb for the alternating bass. Alternating bass on what a lot of people will call Travis style strums, or the quicker fingerstyle patterns. That alternating bass is really important, and it goes really fast. Like this one I played. This is my thumb going back and forth. And eventually what you're going for is that thumb has done it so many times that it's just automatic, and you're not really thinking about where your thumb is going. It's just keeping time, and it's alternating, and it's become part of your autonomous memory. And you don't have to really think about it, and you can get there. It just takes lots of repetitions. So this is a good starting place. Or here's the alternating thumb. Another good thing to practice if you want to get into the the Travis style strum, stuff like that, or softer leaving on a jet plane, stuff like that. Okay, where was I? So you can just practice just the thumb for a while. And any of these, the 6th, 5th, or 4th string, you can also practice alternating between 6 and 5. And you can make chords if you want it to sound prettier. 5 and 4. I'm just making different chords. This is an F chord, C chord, F chord, G. And that will help get your thumb, that's like a separate exercise to get your thumb ready for the Travis style. That'll come in a later lesson. So if you have any questions, let me know. This idea of filling in the gap between where we're at and where a lot of our fun YouTube lessons that we find are, things that might seem a little challenging. I'm trying to make lessons that kind of fill in that gap and help you have the basic skills you need so you can access whatever, a friend is teaching you something, or you found a YouTube lesson to learn how to play Dark Side of the Moon or Sweet